in cleaning up. He believes in destroying. Healthcare. Where I see that system changing is you're going to need like trackers. That if you have any kind of issue, you would want to go and see a tracker. It's like going to see your counselor or going to see your regular physician or going to see, you know, your psychic or you know, anybody that you want to get any kind of direction in your life. Well, you're always going to be the one that knows your own direction. You just may not see yourself as clearly, and you need you know, that healthy environment to go in and say, okay, I'm having a little bit of challenge making this work. These people would be like your motivators, your life coaches. So we need lots and lots and lots of these. Would be a new career. Then we need, within our new healthcare system, mediation. It would be like our justice system. Is you need a healthcare system structure where you know where decisions are healthy and not healthy. So if you have a problem in society, you want to take somebody to court, for example, will you take them to mediation, which is held by, you know, somebody that's concerned with health, with you, health with, you know, your enemy, health with your environment and community and globe. Somebody that's concerned with the health must be in charge of the mediation, so that you know, when you are angry and you want to solve a problem and you want to go to court, the process of that, the potential that's available is that both parties that are involved in that court case, through this type of structure, would come out a winner. Both parties win more than what they could imagine if they did it through this type of career. So these are areas that I would get, you know, education is another one. Is everybody that screwed up the planet was highly educated. So it's the information that we are being taught needs to change, not just the structure of our education. So we need a hell of a lot new forms of teachers that can teach us the truth about, you know, how does these healthcare systems work? How do toxic waste systems work? How do free energy systems work? How to always be able to think out of the box and not in your insane left brain mind all the time. We need art. That is going to be a huge thing to invest in. If you want a healthy globe, then you have a lot of art going on. You have a lot of enjoyment going on. So anything that allows people to go out and have fun is a good thing to invest in. If you want to build up people right now that are highly stressed, fund some kind of business that allows people to be able to go and have fun. Not a non-profit. You want something that can sustain itself, but also be free for people who can't afford it. And that is just, you know, a problem that needs to be solved. Just look at, here's what we need it to do, and how many ways can we possibly accomplish that? Just because it hasn't been done doesn't mean it can't be done. It just means that we need art to increase our imagination, to find out how we can make enjoyment actually pay for itself. So, but that's what we need, to be able to come up with some good ideas. You need to get out, you need to be involved in art, you need to have some enjoyment, and then you're always going to have a healthy mind, which will make you healthy at your job. So it's highly important to have this, but not have government support it. It needs to be self-sustaining, and it is possible. Like I said, our transportation lots. Transportation involves free energy, so we need to change our cars, our ways that we transport. I've thought that one way of earning a living with car manufacturing is to get the workers actually owning the cars that they manufacture. And if the workers actually own the company, and they sold their product, imagine a free energy car, a car that doesn't run on gas or oil or electricity, that you need to plug in and drain our electricity systems that we don't even know how to fund those up. But if we change the way our cars run, and we don't need oil or anything, if you could sell that car you know, for $5 a month, how many cars would you sell? You know, how much money would you make if you were bringing in $5 a month from every car that you make? And you are the one that, you know, like I can see that you would make a huge profit from it because it'd be a demand out there. And if it's at a price, $5, everybody can afford it. And where do you get that from? Leasing. If we purchased leasing instead of purchasing, it's just the way money is exchanged. And I'm not saying leasing the way leasing is done now. I'm saying that the guy that manufactures it to last forever, like 50 years or whatever, but a lot longer than 5 years, so it breaks down. So the workers actually invested in making that car last longer, because as long as it lasts longer, then he's making money off of it. Every time you're able to use it and keep it and call it yours, I'll pay you $5 for that every month. So as soon as it breaks down, I stop paying you. So the worker is now vested in making sure that that car works. So when you pay $5, you know it's going to work. And if you're going to earn $5 for 50 years, you're going to make a hell of a lot more money over the long run. So that's a way of saying that you can earn money by working less and earning more. So food and farming is another thing that I would invest in. We need to bring back the farmers. We need to bring back downtown. We need to bring back people that are making clothes in their own homes, seamstresses, local designers. We still need food, shelter, but nothing that is owned by a corporate structure. You want to fund the small business guy. So, I mean, if you want to fund, you know, how many people, if you only helped 20 people start their own business and it only was like a $5,000 loan that you ended up getting $10,000 off of, that's the end of your investment. You're not going to make money. Wouldn't you rather invest that way if it's healthier and builds your neighbors up? You know, so understanding these systems, if you know what the actual flaws are, then you can see where the jobs are going to be, or where the demand is going to be, where the new careers are going to fit in, and where it all needs funding. And that upper class, middle class, they still have money and they're willing, I think, to invest in the right deal. I would not follow the Kevin O'Leary, self-proclaimed nut bars idea of a good investment. I think these are good investments. That would get people back to work, doing what they love. Being on a welfare system, one of the things that I really, really dislike about Kevin O'Leary is everything that he does is the cause of why I'm on a welfare system. There's a cause of why I'm here. It ain't because I'm lazy and stupid. Clearly, I've worked very hard on my channel. I've done a hell of a lot of research. I don't think I'm all that dumb, although he calls me a nut bar. I'm, willing to have that debate. But I clearly don't think, and a lot of people that are losing their homes and losing their jobs, they're no different than me. They're no different than anybody else that's been living in poverty. You can't label somebody and say, oh, they're lazy and stupid. No, it's all about opportunity and abuse and crime. That's the only reason I'm down here. And I'm kind of really sick of these really, really rich, insane psychopaths that label victims of their crime as being the social problem. It's time to turn it around and show who the criminals are. And trust me, if this Wall Street, if we didn't wake up, and this happened to me 50 years ago, you would have put me in a mental institution. You would not be able to understand what I've been trying to communicate for a long, long time. So when you see somebody that you think is mentally ill and they're trying to tell you something, maybe it's you and your inability to actually hear what they're suffering from, because there's a good chance that they see things that you can't see yet, and they just don't have the way to. How do I talk with insanity? Because that has been my biggest challenges. Okay, now that I see this big picture and they're labeling me to be insane, how do I communicate with insanity? Because that ain't easy. This has taken a road to be able to understand how to communicate. And one of them is knowing when they're projecting. Another is to learn not to be angry at them and not to fall into their accusations. There's a huge amount of psychology that one needs to learn um, to protect yourself from the psychopath. So one of the biggest things is I would never get in a room with a Kevin O'Leary. I've been there once. I would never do it twice. Peace out. Hope that helps. Happy investment.